Hello, my name is Finn Allen. I'd like to welcome here today Tom Gibbs and Shannon Reynolds from TruHearing, and they're here to talk to us today about their experience with SHOEBOX. So welcome, and thanks for spending some time with me today.
Finn, it's great to be with you. We're happy to be here.
Thank you. So could you share me a little bit of background information about your business, how long you've been in business, and anything else about your business that you'd like to highlight?
Yeah, absolutely. So TruHearing has been in business as a leader in hearing discount programs and benefits for about 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
We work with most of the major insurance companies in the United States, and we've provided high quality, affordable hearing care for over 300,000 Americans. We
Wow.
really pride ourselves on bringing the newest innovations in hearing healthcare to the market and working through payers, insurance companies, employers, and other organizations to make sure those benefits and those services are available to their members.
Wow. So very, very people focused business and really supporting the members of your customers.
Absolutely. We feel that if we are able to bring the best hearing healthcare to our health plans members and our other partners members, that that is the best way to kind of service that member population.
Yeah. Wow. So could you tell me a little bit about yourself, your profession, and how long you've been working in this industry?
Yeah, I'll start and then I'll let Shannon go as well. Again, Rob Gibbs. I'm the Senior Vice President of Sales and Account Management at TruHearing. I've spent my whole career in healthcare. I spent about 10 years at a large national benefits company that administers healthcare, group insurance, and international benefits to expatriates, and did a variety of roles there in sales, account management, operations, and marketing. Then spent about 6 years at a care management technology company. And most recently, before joining TruHearing, I was at a startup genetics company focused on mental health care. My passion is really focusing on bringing new innovations in healthcare to the market in
Mm-hmm.
ways that will improve quality of life, improve the health of the people we serve, and removing cost from the system as efficiently as possible.
I'm
Thank you.
Shannon Reynolds. I'm the Director of Marketing at TruHearing. I've been with TruHearing about 5.5 years, and my role, I really focus on working with our sales and account management team to work with health plans to let their members know about the program, how to use it, and really so they can ultimately treat any hearing loss that they have.
Wow. So yeah, there's some huge experience there. Yeah, I can see your passion for this industry and yeah, and thinking about it in a different way, which is really really great to hear. Um, so I understand that you've been using SHOEBOX and Quick Test to help find new potential customers and drive brand awareness for TruHearing. Could you tell me about how you generated new business before you came across SHOEBOX and Quick Test?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work with, as I mentioned earlier, many health insurance companies, health plans across the US. And through them, we offer a hearing benefit that brings drastically reduced prices for both hearing exams and hearing aids for their members. We work with those health insurance companies or those health plans to co-brand marketing materials, to send those marketing materials to the patient's homes or meet with them at benefit fairs and in other instances where they learn about their benefits to ensure that they know that they have access to this great program that can get them hearing healthcare at an affordable rate. And we find that so important because, number one, hearing healthcare is somewhat stigmatized. Hearing aids are somewhat stigmatized, but they're important. The average consumer, from the time they notice they may have hearing loss, it takes them about 7 years to actually get care for a variety of reasons. And it's not just about their hearing. What multiple studies have found is not treating hearing loss early can lead to other comorbidities such as depression, dementia, fall risk, and other really costly, really serious conditions. So
Mm-hmm.
we at TruHearing look at our benefit, obviously, first and foremost, as a hearing benefit, but also we're so excited about it because it addresses, again, not only hearing, but so many other conditions that are important to quality of life and overall health and wellness.
Yeah, no, there's some really interesting statistics and facts about, about the industry. What would you say are some of the biggest challenges you faced with helping your members understand where they are in that journey?
Yeah, so great question. Um, there's kind of a large study out there of those who have hearing loss that looks at what are the top reasons that they don't have their hearing loss addressed. The top two are number one, access to affordable hearing care or having a hearing benefit. And like we've talked about, TruHearing is happy to address that and
Yeah.
has. But the other one that we haven't really been able to address as effectively as we'd want until recently is having an objective metric that shows them that they actually have hearing loss. We often hear a spouse or a loved one is often the first to identify hearing loss because
Yep.
selective hearing, the TV's loud, etc. We are so excited to have SHOEBOX Online hearing screening because it's a quick, easy, and accurate way for our members, our beneficiaries, those we work with, to identify objectively the potential of hearing loss or hearing loss from the comfort of their own home and get them into that journey to seek care.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. It kind of leads on to, what were, I think you've addressed at least one of them, but what were some of the reasons that you decided to use SHOEBOX to support in this challenge or this education for customers?
So SHOEBOX has been a great fit for TruHearing, and our partners, our health plans are really excited to be rolling this out to their members. There are other online hearing screenings that are available, and we've looked at some of those in the past, but not really been happy with the accuracy, the sensitivity, and the specificity of those tests. We're really excited to be working with SHOEBOX because of some clinical data that they've been able to produce that shows that their test has about 93% accuracy. And when a member takes the test and is identified as potentially having hearing loss, that's really an actionable event. And being able to get them to see a hearing healthcare provider will help them along on their journey. Our health plans have been really excited to be offering the online hearing screening. And we've actually had several national partners over the past several months start to promote the online hearing screening and are really excited to be able to say that even into a couple of weeks of that promotion, we've had thousands of members take the online hearing screening and start to call TruHearing, schedule appointments, and having that hearing loss addressed sooner rather than later.
That's amazing. It's helping them start being curious about that journey, and it's great to see that it is having a real meaningful impact on members.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think with any type of healthcare event, sometimes people need a little prompting to have that particular illness or condition addressed. And we're finding through the results that I mentioned, thousands of people taking the hearing screening, through phone calls that we get in our customer service center, that people, once they see the results and know that this is something they need to address, they're excited to get it addressed because, again, it improves their quality of life. And we have people call our call center every day, and whether it's the member or a loved one, hearing some of the stories of, I didn't even realize my hearing was this bad. Now that I've had a hearing screening online, I've had it addressed, I've gotten hearing aids, and I've heard birds chirp for the first time in years. And we've had people calling in crying, or, I haven't been able to hear my grandchild at her piano recital. And I took the hearing screening, realized I had hearing loss, and it's addressed, and I went to her recital last week and I could hear every note. So being able to help people in that way, again, not just address a healthcare event, but improve the quality of their lives, that's what really at TruHearing makes us excited and passionate about what we do.
Yeah,
and I think lots of people are curious of whether they really do have hearing loss or not. But they're not ready to go in and schedule an appointment, whether they're nervous about it or they just don't think it's that bad. So it's really great that they have this opportunity to check their hearing in an environment that's friendly. It's at their own house, and they can see what their results are. And then if they do find out that they do have some hearing loss, then they can call and take action. So it's a really great first step for people, which is nice to be able to provide that.
Yeah, and in the challenging times we're currently living in, I think giving people access to screenings and healthcare tools that they can access in the comfort of their own home is really important. So again, we're really, from that perspective, really excited to be able to offer the SHOEBOX online hearing screening.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, really impactful and meaningful stories. And it's, I think, there is a pandemic, but even without that, people, from what you've said, people are still curious and want to do things in the space of their own home at their own pace without pressure.
Yeah.
So how did you find that, getting set up with SHOEBOX and Quick Test? Did you find any challenges, or how was that process for you?
Yeah, Finn, I think anytime you're adopting a new technology, implementing a new type of tool like this, there's a little apprehension up front of, is this going to be hard? Especially when you're working jointly with large healthcare companies that can be difficult at times to integrate with, right? But this has been as smooth as anything we've ever implemented at TruHearing. I have to say, within a couple of weeks of starting to set things up, we were ready to go. And our healthcare partners now have access to the online hearing screening on their websites. It's available through the TruHearing website. And we've not had a hiccup at all throughout the process. So it's been great to partner with SHOEBOX, and really in the world of healthcare technology, again, sometimes things can be difficult. Happy to say this has been a fantastic process.
That's great to hear. Could you talk me through the process for the member, and talk me through how they might move through this journey to getting support with you?
A member can simply log on to TruHearing.com. Right on our website, there is a link to take the SHOEBOX online hearing screening. That hearing screening can be taken through a laptop, a tablet, smartphone, and through any consumer wearable headphone on the market over the ear, in the air, Bluetooth or wired. The online hearing screening takes about 3 to 5 minutes. There's a couple of very simple questions about whether you've noticed hearing loss and what type of hearing loss, and then a series of tones that are sent through the headphones that the patient or member responds to. And after that, again, 3 to 5 minutes, they're provided with their results. And if they do potentially have hearing loss, they're given a phone number to call TruHearing, where we will set them up with a appointment with a hearing healthcare provider. We'll do follow-up with that hearing healthcare provider and with the patient to make sure that they understand what their benefits are, that the appointment goes smoothly, and answer any questions that they might have. We have about a little over 6,000 hearing care provider locations across the country. So we are a national company that can really get patients care no matter where they are.
How do you see this differently from all the fairs and events that you run, and shifting to more of an online presence, right now?
Yeah, I think that there's always a place for face-to-face. We support many member meetings, annual benefit fairs, et cetera, and we'll continue to do so as long as we can safely. But, pandemic or not, an online presence is key in 2020 and beyond. So we're really excited to be shifting a lot of what we do to not only be online, but online and physical. But online is a huge part of the presence. And having an online hearing screening is the first kind of piece of that. We're also really excited to have recently rolled out telehearing healthcare solution, where after the hearing screening, the member can also, in select locations, be able to have their hearing exam done online with an audiologist or hearing instrument specialist. They can then be shipped hearing aids to their home and have all the fittings and adjustments for those hearing aids done by that hearing healthcare provider, again, from the comfort of their own home if they so choose.
Yeah, that's an amazing step forward, in especially in today's times, to support vulnerable people or ability not to travel. So that is really great to hear. It really speaks to what you talked about at the start of the call, where you talked about leading in innovation and pushing those boundaries to say what can we achieve, and how can we achieve that in new ways.
Yeah, new ways are really important to us at TruHearing. We always want to be evolving how we help our members. And again, kind of hearing healthcare is a big piece of that. And we're also looking at, from a comorbidities, from an overall health and wellness perspective, what else can we put in your ear to help with some other things too. Yep. So we're going to have some exciting news on that front in the very near future.
Oh, well, exciting to hear about that. We've talked quite a lot about SHOEBOX Online and the impact that's having during the pandemic and how you see that in the future. You've also used SHOEBOX Quick Test as well. How have you been utilizing that throughout the year, and how do you see that continuing going forward?
At TruHearing, one of our key goals is helping those we serve identify hearing loss as early as possible. The online hearing screening is a significant step forward into making that process available, like we've talked about, in the comfort of your own home. Another way that we've been working with SHOEBOX to achieve that same goal is using the quick test, which is available through an iPad and a pair of calibrated headphones with some of our health plan partners, and putting that into a kiosk in some of their health and wellness retail locations. So we have multiple health plans across the US that have retail locations where members can come in and do things like take blood pressure readings or vision tests. Well, hearing is really important too. So we've been really excited to embed and install the SHOEBOX kiosks in many of these health plan retail locations where the member can come in, take a hearing screening in that health and wellness center, get some information about the benefits around hearing that may be available to them, and some information about how they can contact TruHearing if they do have hearing loss, to get that hearing loss treated in a quick and affordable way.
Now that is great to hear. What it makes you think about is, some people like doing things in the comfort of their own home. Some people like that face-to-face communication. They need more information. They maybe don't have the right type of devices or the right internet connection to have those. So having both ways of getting to supporting the members, it must be really important to TruHearing.
Absolutely. We've learned at TruHearing that we want to partner with our health plans and their members to make sure that all members who have varying needs, we're able to meet those varying needs in a variety of ways. Some like to absorb information online, some like face-to-face, and we've been really excited to partner with SHOEBOX to make sure that we have solutions for both of those avenues. And as we identify other avenues, I'm sure we'll find new ways to do the same thing.
Yeah. So earlier on, you talked about the 7-year journey. When you think about that, what kind of impact do you think this type of screening will have on that 7-year journey for members?
We think it will be really significant. When you think about other health conditions, imagine other health conditions being known and not treated for 7 years. I mean, imagine a heart attack or cancer or lung disease, and someone saying, well, I'm going to put treatment for that off 7 years. Well, hearing is really just as important. And like I mentioned earlier, the two main reasons that people don't get their hearing loss treated is affordability and access to understanding that they actually have hearing loss. And at TruHearing and working with SHOEBOX, we're really excited to be able to solve both of those problems and get treatment done much quicker.
That is great to hear. And so when you think about SHOEBOX, would you recommend SHOEBOX to other colleagues and professionals? And what might you say about the product to those?
I recommend SHOEBOX to everyone I talk to. All of my family members, from my 8-year-old son to my parents in their 70s, have actually taken the hearing screening, and I won't reveal results, but I'll say I was surprised at some of the younger folks within my family who actually had some hearing loss identified. So at TruHearing, SHOEBOX is part of the standard solution going forward for all of our partners, and we're really excited that it's part of our toolkit.
That is great to hear. Well, thank you, Rob and Shannon, for joining me today and sharing with me your insight and how you have used and integrated SHOEBOX and the value it brings to your organization. So thank you.
Thanks, Finn. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.